Yeah, so today I would like to present you the Taxdome pipeline for individual and business corporate tax returns. First and foremost, I would like to show you the dashboard of the individual tax return. This is the overview of an individual client, where it shows the document, what are the tasks we have created, and emails if there is an email communication, jobs, messages, if there is any unpaid invoices or paid invoices, signatures, approvals, what are the organizers we need to fill out to complete this client, and proposals which we have sent to the clients. So these are the one by one tab. These are the info. It here provides the clients all general and basic information. These are the documents where there are folders has been created. This is the client upload documents, docs uploaded by the clients. Here where the client has to upload all the documents, the link with the communication. These are the chat communication history, where we can directly one-on-one, we can chat with the client. And these are the organizers client has to fill out. These are the invoices, where we can see that what are the outstanding invoices, what are the credits available, if there is any unbilled time, if it's an hourly client or a fixed client. And this is the workflow. This workflow shows a whole pipeline of the clients, like how we are going to onboard the client into the Taxdome, and how we are going to work on the client, and how we are going to complete the client work. So first, when we are going to onboard the client, we have to like Taxdome is going to perform these two tasks. First, looks like a text return engagement letter. We are going to have proposals and engagement letters with the client. And second is we are going to invite client over the Taxdome portal. So when we are going to update this pipeline, so it's automatically Taxdome is going to send a client an email for proposals and engagement letters, and we are going to send an invite for the Taxdome. So once we complete this, we have to drag and drop here. So when we are going to move on to the next stage, like Taxdome is going to perform three automated tasks. First, Taxdome is going to create a folders where client can easily upload the documents based upon the years which he or she has opted with us for the services. And second is going to create a tax organizer or it's an individual, as it's an individual client, so is going to create an individual tax organizer for the client. And also he is going to send some instructions to the client, like how he needs to move on, with the individual tax organization, how it need to fill out this. So after this organizer is completed, Taxdome is going to notify us client has completed the tax organizer, so we can move on with the preparation of the tax return. So in this, there are going to be two tasks which automatically Taxdome is going to perform. First, is going to create a task that we need to complete the tax return. Is going to assign to the person who's going to work on the tax return and send a message to the client that your work has been begin, and we are going to update you shortly on the tax return prep. So into the next stage is some missing info. That if there is once we complete the tax return, if there is any missing info or this clarification we need from the client. So this stage is going to be used for the same. So out of the missing info, if there is any more missing documents and then more clarifications, this client is not able to going to perform that, then are going to request client for an extension. This is the pre-post missing info, the same, like what are the clarification and documents pending from the client. We are going to request on this. We are going directly jumping on to pre-post extension. So once we are going to file an extension and once we get the clarification on all the things, we are going to complete an extension and preparing the tax return. So once the tax return is prepared, we are going to send it for a manager review. Would be like 7+ years of experience in the field of this US taxation is going to thoroughly review the tax return uh, and send a final return to the client. Going to send a final return to the client. And once the manager review is completed, the next stage would be considered as an invoice preparation. So based upon our proposals and engagement letters, whatever the invoice is pending, the Taxdome is automatically going to send an invoice to the client Like if the client has paid 50% of the of an advance, and if 50% is pending, the client, and so Taxdome is automatically going to send a reminder to the client to complete the rest of the payment. And once the payment is completed, the next stage would be e-filing, where we need to where we need to have a sign up with the client of 8879 form, and we are going to e-file the tax return. So this is the whole pipeline, which was bifurcated into the stages, and tasks and jobs which we need to which we need to have done in the process of completing his work. So this will help us in completing the tax return smoothly and in a proper manner. And client, and we can also have a good communication with the client. So next pipeline I'm going to discuss is for the S corporation. So same way, like according to the individual tax return, and like it was bifurcated into 10 plus stages. Was an individual tax return, there are so many things we need to make a note of that while preparing the tax return. While in the corporation tax return, uh, the pipeline is bifurcated into 6 stages. 6 stages like intake, whenever we're going to onboard the client, in prep, review, draft invoices, edit 7 and signature, and e-file. So when we are going to onboard the client, so there we are going to create an business tax organizer, and it is accordingly we are going to shift it to the in prep, and then going to be review. So once it is once the accident is prepared, we need to move it to the it will be moved to the review stage. And once the tax return is reviewed thoroughly, then we are going to send a draft tax return to the client along with the invoice. And also, yeah, we can take client feedback over this as well. And once we have once client has approved the tax return, and we have received the part payment, whatever the pending from the client, we can move with an 8879 signature, and which is most important part before moving forward with the filing of the tax return, because 8879 provides us the authorization on client behalf. We can e-file the tax return. So once we receive the signature document, we can complete the e-filing process, and we can complete the client tax return. Yeah, so like this is the two pipelines which I have discussed: individuals and the business corporate. But yeah, like Taxdome also provide so many more features and pipelines we can create here. Like it's in the form templates based upon our requirements. Like it's a job, and we can create a template of for the job. Like what are the we can create a template name that missing info quest. We can create a job name. We can assign to the person whom we want to assign this job. We can set up our priority, urgent, medium, low, based on what will start date for this job, how many days we need to, and what will due date for this job. We can set up all the things over here. We can create a task as we want. We can create an organizers as we want. We can create a chat, like when we can also schedule that when we need to chat with the client, or the emails and recurring invoices. So all the things, it's a tailor-made software based upon our clients' needs. We can create the task, jobs, and invoices and chats and emails. It's a very much good software for the client experience. Thank you.